The only reason why I'm going to trade is to use my trading as a means or a vehicle to acquire certain mental skills. The skills that you know that will promote consistent results, or that will result in a consistently rising equity curve, or an equity curve that rises on a nice consistent basis. Our minds are wired in a way. They're hardwired like the motherboard of a computer. It doesn't mean we can't change it. It just means that at the moment, until you do change it, until you do something specific to cause your mind to think differently, it will automatically and without any conscious thought on our part, meaning we don't have to think about this happening, it will happen automatically. If the now moment, which we've learned is unique, and why do we know it's unique? When these patterns, in other words, what we want to do is technical analysis helps us identify patterns in group human behavior. The patterns repeat themselves over and over and over again. The outcomes to the patterns, however, do not. And the reason why we know that the outcomes to the patterns don't repeat themselves, at least in relationship to the last trade or the trade before, is because there are always different people involved in the outcome of the pattern. So the pattern can look exactly the same, it can feel exactly the same, it can measure exactly the same, and because of those similarities, our minds will automatically associate what's happening in this now moment with something that's in our brain as a memory, and cause us to think as a result of that we know what is going to happen next, based on our memories, not on what's happening in the market in that moment, or what the market's potential to move is in that moment, or what the market might be telling us in that moment. This is an automatic process. We don't have to think about this happening. It's automatic. Basically, what you have to do is render this process, this automatic mental process, kind of dysfunctional. Make it not function any longer. You can do that. The best traders at some point have, in one way or another. They may not have done it, systematically or methodically, the way that we're doing this now in this workshop. Usually it takes some catastrophic, emotionally catastrophic experiences for someone's mind to be wired differently, meaning that one of the consistent themes that runs through every great trader's life is that every single one of them usually has lost one or more fortunes before they got to the point where they became consistent.